Hello, everyone, and welcome to our next session here at the Hackers League. And I'm your host, Alec. I'm the Builders Program Lead at Ton Society, and I'm very pleased to invite our today's guest and introduce you to Jay from Gate Ventures, who are actually our title sponsors. And Jay will introduce you to our hackathon track that we are hosting. And yeah, hello, Jay. How are you?
Awesome. Hello, Alec. Thank you for the introduction.
Yeah,
Yep.
thank you for being with us here today. And yeah, I'd like to ask you to just make a short intro about yourself. And after that, we'll be bringing up your deck.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Jay, a principal at Gate Ventures, the venture capital arm of Get.io Exchange. So really appreciate everybody for taking the time to hop on this meeting, especially for some of our friends in Asia. I understand that it's probably really late on your end. Yep. So today's agenda, we will broadly cover four topics. Firstly, we'll share a little more about the Git ecosystem, followed by the Ton ecosystem, and why are we unifying both ecosystems to work with one another. And last but not least, I will be introducing a little more about Git Ventures and sharing with you guys how you could better structure your pitch decks for hackathons. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you. And before we start, I would love to remind everyone to leave your questions wherever you are watching this in the live chats, and we will get back to all your questions at the end of today's session. And for now, I'm bringing up the presentation, and I hope it's visible now. And yeah, it seems like it all works. The stage is yours, Jay. We are good to
Awesome.
start.
Thank you so much, Alec. Right. So, as mentioned previously, today's agenda broadly covers four key topics. Firstly, I'll be giving an overview of Gates ecosystem, followed by some of the products that we are building on Telegram. Yeah, following this, I'll be touching on the Ton ecosystem. Why are we interested in the Ton ecosystem? And when it comes to investment decisions, how do we assess and evaluate projects at hackathons, right? So, without further ado, let us begin. Right. So, today, we are excited to share our mission and vision, right? As a leading force in the realm of decentralized infrastructure, ecosystem, and applications, right? Gate Ventures, which is the VC arm of Gate.io Exchange, is dedicated to identifying and supporting groundbreaking blockchain technologies, right? So our goal is really clear: to drive the industry advancement and serve as a catalyst for blockchain adoption and innovation across the globe. Right. So when we think of Git.io's ecosystem, or you could say business verticals, we can broadly classify them into four different pillars. Firstly, would be the exchange itself, offering products like spot, futures, trading. Some other products include, Git Wealth, the Launchpads, as well as a Git Earn. And on the Web3 side of things, we have things like Gatechain, which is used for largely for payments at the moment. And apart from products that we are offering, we are also really focused on security in a platform as we want to gain trust in our users. And we also do believe in giving back to society. So we do organize events as part of Gate Charity and also engaged in Web3 educational materials. Yeah. So this is a high-level overview of Gate's exchange growth. Currently, we have over 18 million active users on the platform, over 40 products, 2,000 assets with 3,000 trading pairs, and over 10 billion in trading volume, as well as a wide network of VCs. So if any of you guys are thinking of raising funds, building on the Ton ecosystem, feel free to reach out, introduce you to other VCs as well. Right. So moving on to some of Gate's products, firstly would be the CeFi Mini app. Right. So now I'll be running through the CeFi Mini app. So what is this about, right? You may ask. So imagine having all your crypto needs right at your fingertips. Now it's possible with our CeFi Mini app, which is designed to deliver a seamless and convenient experience for users within the Ton ecosystem. Right? It's all designed to deliver with this innovative mini app. And we are integrating essential crypto services in a way that is not only user-friendly, but also rich in diversity as well. Right? So regardless of whether you are a seasoned pro or just starting out, our app unlocks a world of digital asset opportunities, making crypto accessible and enjoyable for everyone. Right. So some of the core features include user registration and KYC, spot trading, P2P trading, and as well as deposits. So if you think of the Gate C5 mini app, you can think of it as the mini version of Gate.io Exchange. Right, so the C5 mini app is currently a work in progress. We have already launched the product for user registration, KYC, etc. So you can pretty much make a registration if you are keen. And over time, we'll be rolling out various products such as trading of various products on the platform, and also launching pre-minted tokens and pre-market games. So for version 1 of the C5 mini app, right, it includes a game center, asset and market browsing, the rewards hub, and also a referral program. Now, moving on to our second product would be the Gate Wallet mini app. Right. So what is the Gate Wallet mini app? So it enables users on Telegram to create and manage TON chain wallets. Right. I'm sure many of you have used a crypto wallet before. Maybe Gate Wallet, a CX wallet, or some of your own hot wallets, for example, like Phantom Wallet, MetaMask, etc. Right. So you can think of this as a mini app version of a crypto wallet to allow the transactions of digital assets within Telegram itself. Right. And if you look at this mini app for users, right, it basically allows users to enable seamless transactions, one-click wallet creation, etc. So for the average user that's using the mini app, we feel that it's very intuitive, right? It's not only intuitive and enables the average users to be onboarded easily onto the platform. So this mini app, this Gate Wallet mini app not only caters to users, right? On the developer side, we are also simplifying integration of wallet functionalities, right, into applications, making it easier for developers and users alike, right? So our approach actually helps to boost the promotional activities and user engagement while providing a platform for greater visibility and interactions. Right? This enables efficient connection with the broader audience. And if you look at some of the functions of the Gate Wallet mini app, they currently include one-click wallet integration, right? Add and deleting of assets, receiving and sending of TON assets, as well as transaction history, right? So this is the first version of the Gate Wallet mini app. So like the C5 mini app, the Gate Wallet mini app is also a work in progress. Right? Currently, we are rolling out some of the functions, including Task Square, where users will be able to do tasks and earn rewards, right? And also, engage in third-party airdrops, multi-chain support further down the line. So in summary, what the Gate Wallet mini app does is that it helps to bridge users and developers, streamline some of this developer access, and also help to expand the ecosystem. Right. So now we have shared a little more about, we have shared some things about the Gate ecosystem. We'll be moving on to the TON ecosystem and share why are we interested in the TON ecosystem itself, right? So TON has been an impressive journey thus far since its inception, right? So from being a Telegram app to that of a fully decentralized community-driven blockchain network, right? So this remarkable journey actually highlights the strengths of the blockchain governance model as well as the technology behind TON. Right? Some of the technical edge that TON ecosystem has would be scalability. Right? TON's infinite sharding paradigm empowers the network with horizontal scalability, allowing it to manage a theoretically unlimited number of transactions. Right? So this groundbreaking capability positions TON to support mass adoption and high throughput applications, which is something maybe attractive for builders on the platform, all while maintaining exceptional performance. So on the ecosystem side of things, we have been seeing explosive growth on the Web3 and decentralized applications. Right? So this is transforming the TON landscape as they're reaching millions, hundreds of millions of users, right? As we forge new integrations with other networks and platforms. So this is not over time. This not only help to enhance interoperability, so applying TON's appeal across the entire blockchain landscape. So summarizing some of the core features of Ton, we can broadly break them down into 5 key points. Firstly would be its infinite sharding paradigm, followed by interoperability capabilities. Transactions on Ton are also pretty fast and reasonably cheap. It is a really user friendly platform, especially with the mini apps and entire app being on Telegram itself. And also it allows advanced smart contract capabilities. So here are the market prospects for Ton. So Ton has mass adoption potential. Currently, there's over hundreds of millions of users on Ton ecosystem, right? Even and a lot of them are onboarding onto the Ton network via these different mini apps, right? So across these mini apps, there's diverse applications being built right now. There's DeFi applications, gaming applications. A lot of you guys that are building on Ton have probably heard of Catizen, Notcoin, Blam, etc. Right? So a lot of high potential apps being built on the platform right now, which is gaining a lot of investor attention, users, and it also allows for a great monetization strategy if you build on Ton. Yep. So now diving more into the Ton mini apps. So given how well the Ton ecosystem is growing, we do think that mini apps, are a key component of crypto's future, right? The Ton mini app, also known as the Telegram mini app, right, empowers developers to create lightweight applications that seamlessly integrate with Ton's blockchain, right? And best of all, users can also access these applications directly within the Telegram messaging platform, right? So this innovative solution actually makes it easier than ever to connect with the Ton ecosystem while also enhancing user experience as well. Yeah. Right. So here's an overview of why we think mini apps are great. Right. They have seamless integration with Telegram. Firstly, right, they provide secure transactions. It is lightweight and fast, pretty developer friendly, and also have access to like various Web3 services. So to summarize Ton mini apps prospects, they include enhanced user adoption, right? A strong ecosystem growth from users on Telegram, and plentiful opportunities for innovation as well. Mini apps are one of the most novel innovations in the recent decade, right? And also cross-platform accessibility, and last but not least, strong monetization potential from the fact that there's such a large user base building on Ton, on the developer side as well as the user side. So we have shared a lot about Gate's ecosystem and also shared why the Ton ecosystem is so great. Right. Moving forward, we want to share why Gate and Ton are uniting to develop new products on the platform and also help to support the Ton ecosystem and its community. Right. So Gate has partnered with Ton Society for the 2024 Hackers League Hackathon and also supports hackathon events across 19 cities worldwide. Gate is also working to innovate new solutions together with the Ton ecosystem. And moving on to some of the collaboration timelines that we have right now, you can observe that firstly, in November 2021, Gate has listed Ton, which is the start of our beginning of our relationship, right? So as a lot of Gate is an exchange where you can trade a lot of altcoins that are not found on other exchanges, right? So one of them would be Ton, which has grown, extremely massively in the recent years, right? So I believe, trading volume for Ton on Gate is extremely massive, right? So this shows that a lot of users trust Gate a lot and would like to trade, leading coins like Ton on the exchange, right? And following which, moving forward to October towards December period, the fourth quarter of 2020, right? Gate has collaborated with the Ton to organize hackathons, right? For example, the Ton Hackers League, etc. Right. So moving forward, we will be engaging closely with the Ton Society, not only to organize hackathons, community events, etc. To help gain visibility and push for more development on the platform, but also help to promote the entire ecosystem as a whole and help to push developers to build on the ecosystem and networks. And how we'll do this is by supporting by multiple fronts, right? Not only the community side of things, also the investing side of things, and to use and leverage the resources that Gate has at the moment to push for more developments on the Thorn ecosystem. So the goals for Thorn and Gate.io uniting include fostering innovation and collaborations, right? Just to summarize some of the things that I've said, accelerating the advancement of the Thorn ecosystem, expanding Gate's support for the Thorn ecosystem, and also strengthening the presence and impact of both organizations. So here are some of the key collaborative pillars. So we largely classify these pillars into 3 separate categories. For pillar 1, right, we'll be fostering innovation and community via hackathons, community events, etc., to increase the visibility for you builders, building on Thorn. We are excited to also introduce the C5 mini app, as well as the Gate Wallet mini app for Thorn users, enabling seamless access to centralized financial services and also secure your wallet functionalities. Right? So these apps can enhance user experiences by providing streamlined financial services and asset management tools, boosting overall engagement. Right? Moreover, they also promote mutual ecosystem growth by encouraging cross-platform usage. So last but not least will be the investment empowerment, right? That's where we come in. So the venture arm of Gate.io is fully dedicated to supporting the Thorn ecosystem and you builders building on Thorn, right? So, we identify promising projects that you guys are building. We help to catalyze the ecosystem development by introducing you guys to strategic partners, as well as help to promote and market your project. And we can help with a variety of things that I'll be touching on further down the slides when I'll be sharing with you guys more about Gate Ventures and how we can help to promote projects that are building on Thorn. So Gate Ventures is an investor, but firstly also a builder, right? So some of the strategic benefits that Gate Ventures have as a builder is we leverage Gate's extensive experience in blockchain investments, as well as market insights. We are also mentors as well, right? So whenever you need to have any guidance on building a project or structuring pitch decks to raise capital from investors, please feel free to reach out and help. We are very interested in the Thorn ecosystem, and we would love to support builders that are building on the Thorn ecosystem, right? So we can support on business strategy, go-to-market strategy, tokenomics design, etc., right? And we are also global, right? So Gate is pretty much based globally at this point in time. Having been around for a decade, we have pretty much expanded our reach beyond Asia and are pretty much global. So if you need any help with market expansion, or tap into any of the regional markets that we are based in, please feel free to reach out as well. Okay, secondly, will be accelerated growth, right? So we can allocate resources to projects that are building on Thorn, which include funding, technology, right? Over 40% of employees at Gate are developers, right? They can help to give feedback on the platform. We can introduce you guys to smart contract auditors, etc. So whatever support you need with regards to growing your network, growing a project, we are here. And also, Gate has a lot of credibility and visibility, right? So right now, pretty much have a lot of recognition in the market, right? So by building together with Gate Exchange and Thorn, you'll be able to increase the exposure of your project via the various marketing channels that we often do, Twitter AMAs. And now we're currently also working with the Thorn Society to organize this live streaming event. So there's a lot of marketing channels that we can tap to help boost the visibility of your project they're building on Thorn. And we're really excited to build on this ecosystem together with you guys. So here are some of the current opportunities that we have and some of the initiatives that we are doing with Thorn Society, right? So firstly, we'll start off with the hackathon projects. So as mentioned previously, we're supporting a lot of hackathon projects in various cities around the world. Right, so I believe the next one would be in Vietnam, which is pretty soon. So, and if any of you guys will be at Vietnam, love to meet you guys in person and chat on how we can help support your project. Right. Secondly, would be the ecosystem runs startups. Right. So currently, we are really focusing a lot on the Ton ecosystem. So if you just need any help with regards to any of the above mentioned points, we are always just one call away, one text away. Yeah. So for future opportunities, we do follow on the support of Ton projects as well, right? So not just supporting you guys on the hackathon side of things. We also do follow-on investments, seed rounds, Series A rounds, potentially incubating your projects, right? Providing the mentorship that you need, and also are also open to joint ventures and collaboration. If there's some strategic angle to the exchange for what you're building. Yep. So to sum up what I've mentioned previously, so firstly, we are keen to engage in hackathons, organize boot camps, and other community events for Ton builders, right? Diving deep into the Ton developer documentation, their official YouTube channels, right? So collaborating with others within the Git ecosystem and Ton ecosystems, as well as introduce you guys to networking opportunities with investors, mentors, innovators, etc. Yeah. Looking forward to build on the Ton ecosystem together. Right. So now to wrap up the the presentation, I've given an overview of the Ton, of Git ecosystem, and how we could potentially work together. Lastly, I'll be sharing more about Git Ventures and how Git Ventures will assess projects that are building on the hackathons. So if you are planning to join a hackathon, or if you want some tips to get funding from investors, right? Please feel free to pay close attention to this portion of the slides, right? So I think this is quite helpful for potential developers. Right. So before thinking of an idea to build a project, right, we first have to think of a business plan. Right? So, and a compelling one at that. Right. So why does your business plan matter? Like, what pinpoint are you trying to solve? Right? Are you trying to improve something that is already? Are you trying to improve a pinpoint that users feel that really needs to be improved, or are you trying to just build something just because you think it's cool? Right. So it's very different. We like it when developers are trying to solve a specific pain point that is in demand by the market, and with the Ton ecosystem being so new, there's just so many opportunities that you guys can explore. Right. Currently, we are seeing so many interesting projects that are being built on Ton right now. So I think the sky's the limit when it comes to innovating on Ton, right? As well as building different sorts of mini apps that could cater to a wide variety of users. So when we look at your business plans, we want to see a strong vision, right? We want to see good market potential as well as an execution plan, right? Which I will share more about later. And a well-structured deck can significantly increase the funding chances for your project. Right. So in the business in the pitch deck, you have to include your business model. So what is the business model, right? It's largely broken down into two different verticals. Firstly would be the revenue streams and the cost structure, right? So under revenue streams, when we think of revenue streams, we think of products. Like, what sort of products are you offering, to generate revenues on your platform? Maybe it could be, some form of DeFi product to offer you, right? There's a lot of things you can do. Maybe you're selling NFTs for games, etc. Right? Maybe you're doing some kind of token sale. So there's a lot of ways you can think of to get revenue on the platform. Secondly, would be your cost structure, right? What is your fixed cost? Like, how much do you need for AWS? How much do you need for employees, etc. Right? So these things are really important to investors to see how well you are sort of planning your project. What are the burn rate and revenue projections? So secondly, we would like to see your go-to-market strategy, right? So usually, group projects are very aware of their target audience, I would say, right? So are you targeting, like crypto native users or Web2 users? Which country are you targeting these users in? In Southeast Asia, the market is very fragmented, right? In North Asia or in the US, the market is more homogeneous, right? So it really helps if you understand your target audience well, and thus this will help to structure your go-to-market strategy, right? And following that would be your acquisition channels. How are you planning to market your product? As mentioned, we can support you on marketing as well, right? So are you gonna market via advertisements, social media ads, KOL advertisements, etc., right? And lastly would be your sales strategy. How are you planning to convert these leads, right, into sales basically. Last but not least, if you're building a mini app, right, we would like to see some sort of customer retention as well. Hopefully, like the game you're building or the DeFi app they are building is able to engage customers in the long term, right, by making it more sticky. So there's various methods we can do that. If you reach out to us, I can share a little more of you. And yeah. So on the technology and innovation side of things, we would like to see projects that have novel innovation, right? So basically, it would be great if if the developers on the Ton or in the hackathons can develop something that is novel, right? Preferably, not something that is already existing with a strong competitor that has a huge first mover advantage, right? So, I think a lot of you guys are really creative and can think of something that is very novel in this space, right? So some of it includes any unique technology advancements or features that differentiate your product, right? So even if the differentiation is small but impactful, it is something that we could take into consideration as well, right? So and please discuss how your technology can scale and cater to millions of users, right? As your debt expense, right? And of course, we'd like to see some of the technology roadmap. What are you guys planning in the upcoming months or years? Yeah. So the roadmap is something that is really important to us investors as well, because we want you guys to understand where you're steering your project, right? So as a captain of the ship, you have to know what are the next steps for your project, right? So for example, when are you planning to launch the NDPs? When are you planning to launch your token audits, right? So on the tech side of things, we would like to see like when are you guys planning to roll out core features, for example, your testnet, right? When are you going to do your audits, etc. Right? So for hackathon wise, code audits are not that important, right? Because we just want to see you guys. A lot of times, just want to see you guys building out some sort of minimal viable product, so we can roughly gauge whether this product is attractive to users, right? But maybe further down the road, of course, with funding and all that, we do expect you guys to bring your products for code audits and stuff, before bringing it to production for mass users. And last but not least, have a very clear understanding of the market they're operating in, and understand your competitors well, right? So what are some of the direct competitors? If you're building a DEX, I think you guys should do some research on what are other DEXs that are targeting the same target audience that you're targeting, right? Or offering the same products. For example, trading similar products out there, spot products, perps, or the same asset pairs, etc., for example, right? Or some of the indirect competitions that you may have out there with regards to Web2. For example, if you're building a social app, you may be competing with the likes of Facebook, Instagram, etc. Yeah, so just know your competition, know how you guys can differentiate yourself, and that's something that is very attractive to investors. Yep. So how do you basically do competitive analysis, right? So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. Firstly would be feature comparison, right? Comparing core features. So for example, scalability. Are you more scalable than the competition, right? Do you have interoperability enabled on your platform? Do you guys have multi-chain support compared to other solutions out there? And the user experience as well. Sometimes the technology is really good, but the user experience is not very smooth, right? So it will be good to understand users well, right? Do market surveys, understand what users want, what they need, and what kind of experience that they are going after for the various dApps they are planning to build. And also key performance metrics is something that's important, right? So key performance metrics is something that's more important as you build out your project further down the line, right? Maybe you're launching a testnet. You want to see how many users are onboarding onto your mini app, right? You want to see what are the transaction rates like, the user growth, etc. This is what we mean by performance metrics, right? And also, adoption rates. How quickly is the growth, right? Not just we want to see growth, and we also want to see like how quick your growth is, as compared to the competition, etc. Okay, yeah, and one very important. I wouldn't say it's very important, right? But one important point to take note of when you're presenting would be your team's background, right? Share more about your team's background. You don't have to come from like a very globally well-known school or company and all that, right? What matters in a team background is the team can work together cohesively, right? The team has a strong track record of execution in the past, or has a potential for a strong track record in terms of execution, right? So you guys could be working together on previous projects that have gained traction. You guys are from an industry that is related to what you're building on Ton, right? So there can be a lot of different backgrounds that good teams can come from, right? So it's also about the technical expertise that you guys bring to the table. Yeah. And another point that's important is financial projections. So I wouldn't say that financial projections is important for all sorts of debts, right? But if you're building for example, if you're building certain debts that financial projections are a key metric, for example, a DEX, right? If you're building a DEX, you would definitely want to earn fees from your DEX on Ton, right? So, definitely we want to see what do you think your profit margins are, what are your, the fees that you charge for users trading on your DEX, etc. So financial projections wise, it really depends on a case-by-case basis. For some projects, it is more important, right? For other projects, it's not that important. But of course, investors would, love that you guys have some sort of path to profitability in the long run, right? Else, it'd be difficult to sustain your project. And another point to take note of would be tokenomics as well. Like tokenomics can be broken down into various verticals. Firstly, will be a token supply. How much are you planning to issue? Now the token utility. So tokenomics applies more to projects that are raising funds via tokens, right? I'm sure, like all of you guys are probably planning to issue some form of token, right, at some point in time, especially if you're building an on-chain product, right? So if you're building something like that, tokenomics is definitely very important, unless you are planning to raise funds in terms of equity, and then tokenomics are not that important, right? So if you are doing on-chain and if you want to raise a SAF, right, tokenomics is something that we are looking at really closely, especially the utility and vesting side of things, right? So utility means what is the primary function of your token, right? Is it does it incentivize users to use your token within the ecosystem for transaction fees, governance, staking, etc., right? And vesting supply is also pretty important to us, right? So when we look at token vesting, naturally we will want to see teams having longer vesting than other stakeholders, right? Because we want you to have skin in the game, right? If you're having a shorter vesting as compared to, let's say, your investors, that is a bit strange, because the team should have the strongest conviction in your own project, right? So naturally, from the hundreds of tokenomics that we see out there, most successful projects have vesting periods that are longer than that of other stakeholders for the team. Yeah. Kids. So lastly, to wrap up the presentation, right, just include your call to action. So, summarize what are you guys building on the Ton ecosystem. right? Summarize what are the opportunity that you're trying to capture. Maybe you're building a DEX, maybe you're building a socialify platform, maybe you're building a game. Recap what are the unique aspects of your project, how innovative it is, how big is the market, how experienced your team is in tackling this particular project problem, right? And then reiterate your ask. For example, how much are you guys planning to raise, and what sort of valuation do you have in mind as well, right? So another point to note is to share how will you guys be using your funds, right? So let's say if you're planning to raise 500K or 1 million, you need to share with investors how you guys will be using your funds, right? May it be for marketing, partnerships, hiring, etc. Yeah. So investors will have a peace of mind that you are able to manage funds well, right? So the path ahead. So currently Gate and Ton has a strong partnership, right? I'd say, and going forward, the path ahead, we plan to strengthen this partnership, with ongoing collaborations, right? So continuing to create joint initiatives to further integrate Gate Ventures and the Ton ecosystem, and explore new areas for technical and strategic collaboration as well, right? So on the Gates Venture side of things, we are expanding our team. We have a lot of different professionals on our team, from technical individuals to individuals that are strong in business development. So we can collaborate on a deeper level on many fronts as well. So on deepening integration, right, we want to enhance the interoperability between Gate platforms and services within the Ton ecosystem, right? So as mentioned, Gate is already building the CeFi mini app as well as the Gate Wallet mini app on Ton, right? So this shows that Gate is really committed when it comes to deepening our relationship with the Ton ecosystem. And I hope you can join us, right, as builders to further boost, the Ton ecosystem as well, right? Thirdly would be global outreach, right? As mentioned previously, Gate has a very global outreach as compared to a lot of the CXs out there, because Gate is a really regulatory compliant exchange. I believe over the past 5 years or 10 years, you don't really see Gate being caught out in the news for regulatory breaches and stuff like that, right? So I think Gate is sort of like the good boy in the ecosystem, right? A lot of times you see Gate. You do see other centralized exchanges being called out, but Gate is something that is really safe to use for its users, right? And really compliant. So I feel like Gate and Ton do have a lot of potential to collaborate even further, right, on this side. So we also want to foster local developer communities. Thus, we are organizing all these hackathons in multiple cities. The next one would be in Vietnam, and following that would be in Philippines, etc. So it's sort of like a global circuit of hackathons where we help to foster and develop the local communities in each country, and so these first mover developers can then further spread the word to help to increase Ton's development within their own country itself, right? Lastly would be the ecosystem growth, right? And to encourage more projects to build on integrate with Ton on our end, and also enhance functionality of Gate our services with the Ton ecosystem. So we also want to focus on, apart from all these things mentioned as above, right, helping to grow the ecosystem, we also want to focus on user-friendly solutions as well, right, to make blockchain technology accessible to mainstream. And how we are doing that would be to, improve the overall user experience, because a lot of Web2 users, they don't really have experience using Web3 products, right? Thus, we are creating solutions to abstract away the Web3 side of things to onboard Web2 users in the Web3 by, not by allowing them to, have quick access to our platform, for example, one-click wallet solutions, etc. And to also refine our educational initiatives, right? So Gate has a department called Gate Learn, which often rolls out articles about crypto-related projects and various industry vertical know-how, right? So Gate Learn will continue to roll out resources with regards to educating the public on the Ton ecosystem and why Ton is the future as well. Yeah, so we'll be promoting Ton ecosystem via GateLearn and the entire exchange itself as well. So yeah, just to wrap up my presentation, right? Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for staying up late with me today. We really hope that you guys will continue building with us on the Ton ecosystem, and we do hope to see you in person at the various hackathons that we're organizing across various cities, right? So if you're building something in Ton, please reach out to ourselves, the Gate Ventures team, right? We are more than happy to help you on the various initiatives that we are currently doing right now, right? Thank you. And now I hand over the time to Alik to continue the session.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jay. And it's really late in the APAC region, I agree. And yeah, thank you so much for hosting this session with us. And I'd like to check out the live chats if you have any questions. We have multiple sources, so it may take some time. And if you have questions, just leave them in the live chats wherever you are watching this session. And we will be reading them aloud. And for all those people who are watching this session as a recording, you can also send the questions to the Hackers League Hackathon Telegram chat. We are always there to help you if you have any concerns. So it seems like people are saying hellos, people are saying thank you words. So let me just jump to the chat. 1 second. And the thing that we would like to ask is if you, as VCs, have some kind of requirements, or if you are checking out if a project has a community, if a project has some channel and some audience, how do you treat those?
Yeah, so whenever we look at a project, if you are a project that's created during the hackathon itself, right, you probably don't really have an audience at the moment, right? So just to answer, just to make sure I understand your question correctly, Alik, right? So you're saying that how do VCs check if a project has a strong audience or community?
I mean, do you pay attention? Do you have that as a criteria?
For hackathon projects, not so much, because you guys are building something that is really new, right? So we don't expect a community to appear out of nowhere, right? But for existing projects that are building on Ton, we usually see like what are your activities like on social media, whether you have a community manager managing your community on Discord, on Twitter, on Telegram, etc. Right? So we see how active is your community, how active you are on social media, and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm. And when do you think is the right time to put some force into the scaling of the community part?
Right, for sure. So once you build your project on out during hackathons, or even on your own, right? So I think the next step would be to validate this product, right? To see if there's any product market fit out there, right? So launching of the testnet, or launching of a minimal viable product, and take it to market, take it to the Ton ecosystem, and get users to use your product, right? So usually if your product is good, you start to take off automatically, right? And if that's why at the beginning of my presentation, I also mentioned that you need to solve a pain point that users are really find it difficult to overcome, right? So naturally, if you try to solve this pain point, right, there will be a high chance of product market fit, and naturally we do see a lot of these projects start to take off after you launch your MVP or your testnet. Yeah.
Okay. And I think we can also discuss the thing which are interesting to VCs. I mean, in terms of what are the use cases of cryptos in games, which would be interesting to VCs?
Right. Yeah, of course. So there's a lot of use cases in games, right? Especially within crypto itself, right? So for example, a lot of projects, they often launch NFTs to be used within the game. So on the Ton ecosystem, we do see interoperability of these NFTs. So you not only are able to use your your gaming NFT within the game itself, right? But we're also looking at composability, interoperability, meaning that you can take these NFTs from one game to another, and that's something that is pretty novel, interesting, right? And of course, you can use you can integrate some form of DeFi into your game. For example, DeFi U farming, and in a games like DeFi Kingdom, if you've heard of this game before, right? So there's a lot of ways crypto can help to support the gaming ecosystem going forward. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And yeah, let me double check or triple check the chats once again. If we have some new questions, people are saying thank you words. People are saying still saying the hellos. So yeah, I think that's a great chance to ask your questions to Jay, since we're here live, and all those people who are joining our live sessions are really ahead of others because you have the chance to get all those insights. And yeah, by the way, one more question: if you have some kind of criteria about the mainnet thing, do the projects need to be on mainnet already? How would you consider that?
Your project doesn't need to be on mainnet, right? We consider projects at all stage of development, right? So if you're on mainnet, you probably have closed a round previously, or you can raise at a higher valuation because you already have a working product, right? So versus you're building something at a hackathon and it's just a minimal viable product, right? So the later you are into the development of your product, naturally you'll be able to raise that more attractive valuations because the product is just developed, right? Yeah. So if it's the testnet version, maybe the valuation will be slightly lower because we don't really know how well the users will be onboarded when it comes to mainnet, or how much activity will there be on the mainnet as compared to the testnet, right? Yeah. So in terms of how attractive your product is to VCs, for sure, if you're on mainnet, you'll be better as compared to testnet, and if you're on testnet, you'll definitely be better than a minimal viable product, right? So yeah, just how mature that your solution is at the moment.
Okay, yeah, let's see if we will have many projects. I believe we will. And if no more questions in the chats, I think that's the moment where we will conclude our today's session. Yeah, thank you so much, Jay, once again for coming and for sharing all those insights. Very happy to have you here. And all those people who will be watching this session as a recording, I would like to remind you to join the hackathon chat and send all your questions there. Then that's it for now. Thank you so much once again. Stay tuned for the updates, and bye-bye.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alec. Thanks for having me. Thank you, everyone, for joining the call tonight as well. Right. Have a good night.
You too. See you.
Yeah. See you.